everyone, my name is Halle and I'm on the Camp Administration Board for this year, and today we're going to be doing a swimming video. So in this video we're going to be learning about the 4 different competitive strokes for swimming, and we're going to be talking about some Paralympic swimming classifications as well. So first, to start off, what you guys will need is a big open space, enough space for you guys to move your arms around and not be able to hit anything around you, because we will be using our arms today. And if you would like to sit while we learn the arm strokes, you're more than welcome to. I would just recommend a chair with no arms, just so you don't hit those arm chairs while we're moving our arms around, okay? So first, what we're going to do is we're going to review what the 4 competitive swimming strokes are. So everyone take a few seconds. You can pause the video if you want and try to think of those 4 strokes, and then we'll review them together, okay? Alright guys, go for it. Alright, is everyone back with their answers? So if you guys said freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, and breaststroke, and any of that order, any of those could have been first, second, third, or fourth, you guys are right. Good job. You guys know the 4 strokes for competitive swimming: freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, and breaststroke. Very good, guys. Alright, now we're going to talk about the Paralympic classifications for swimming. So there's 3 different classifications we'll look at. There is the SB11, where these athletes have a very low visual acuity and no light perception. So these athletes, when they're competing, they're going to be using blackened out goggles and have a tapper. Now, pause this video again and try to think of what a tapper is. Go for it. Are you back with your answer? What do you think a tapper is? If you guys said someone who identifies when their swimmer is getting to end of the lane by tapping their head with a pole, you're right. Swimmers need to know when they get to the end of the lane so they can do a flip turn or open turn to start their next lap, and a tapper helps them do that. Alright, so the SB12 swimmers have a higher visual acuity than the SB11 swimmers, but their visual field is less than 5 degrees radius, and these athletes can choose whether or not they want to use a tapper during competition. And the final group is the SB13 swimmers. These guys have the least severe visual impairment. That means they have the highest visual acuity, and their visual field is less than 20 degrees radius. And again, just like the SB12 group, they also can decide whether or not they want to use a tapper during their competitions. Alright, since we went over what the 4 strokes are and we talked about what the different sports classifications are, we're going to get into the arm motions of swimming, okay? So each of the 4 strokes has a different arm motion they use to help them glide through the water, push the water behind them, move those water molecules around, and get them from one end of the pool to the other end of the pool faster. So we're going to start off with the first one. This is one you probably see most often. It's called freestyle. It's my second favorite stroke when I'm swimming and working out in the pool. So with freestyle, what we do is we start off with both arms out in front, parallel, like little railroad tracks. So just laying right next to each other, okay guys? So I'm going to show you guys from the side so you can see that whole arm motion, and I'm going to talk you through everything. Alright, so we're going to put our arms out in front just like this, and with freestyle, we move one arm at a time. So once one arm comes back to that midline, the next arm goes, okay? So we're never doing both arms at once, it's always one at a time. So for freestyle, both arms out in front, little railroad tracks, not crossing over each other. I'm going to bring my first arm down. We're going to bring it down and push it past our hip, like we're about to go put something in our pocket. I'm going to push it down to our hip, and we're going to push it up behind us. And our palm of our hand should look like it's about to give an underhand high five to the sun, okay? So give that high five to the sun, and we're going to flip our wrist around and bring it up, 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 up over our head. And now we're going to come past our ear and glide back into the water, okay? So I'm going to show you that one more time. We're gonna have our arms out in front like little railroad tracks. We're gonna bring our first hand down past our hip, brush it past our hip like we're gonna put something in our pocket, and then push that arm right back behind us and give an underhand high five to the sun. Then we're gonna flip our wrist around, bring our hand up, 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 and then have our hand pass our ear and glide back into the water, okay? That's what it's gonna look like. So you guys can pause this video, rewind, and watch that again and practice that again. So in freestyle, like I said, we use both arms. And in competitive freestyle, we use both arms and we also breathe every 3 strokes, okay? So we're gonna practice that breath too. So in freestyle, we're gonna take that stroke, and then we take a stroke, then we take a stroke, and on that 3rd arm is when we take a breath, okay? So in freestyle, when we take a breath, it's like we're resting our ear to our shoulder, like we're resting our head on our pillow at night, okay? Nice and flat. No space should be between our ear and our shoulder when we're doing our freestyle side breath. So let me show that to you guys. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take my stroke, push my hand past my hip, and the arm that's out straight, we're gonna rotate that. We're gonna rotate our whole chest and face each other, give each other a nice big smile. We're gonna put our ear, I have my left ear to my shoulder. Whatever arm is straight, that's the one that is going to have its ear to its shoulder. And then the shoulder that's above our head is going to be facing up to the sky like a little shark fin. And our chests are going to be facing each other just like this. And then once we have taken our breath, we're going to bring that arm up, 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 up. Well, the arm that's to our side, the one that we stroked back, we're going to bring it up, 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 just like before. So bring our wrist up, glide it past our ear, and as our arm starts to come back in the water, we're going to rotate our head right back into the water, okay? So I'm going to show you that one more time. Just like this, right? So we got to get that ear to the arm like we're resting our head on our pillow at night. Get that other arm past our hip, bring it up behind us. Don't forget to rotate your wrist. And then as we glide past our ear and rotate back into the water, our eyes are going to go right back into the water, okay guys? And that's the freestyle. All right, next up, we're going to be talking about our backstroke. So our backstroke is one where we don't have to worry about learning a breath because we're on our backs the entire time. So our faces are away from the water. So what we're going to do with our backstroke, just like freestyle, one arm is rotating at a time, okay? So we're going to start with both hands at our sides, like we're little pencils. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring one arm, whichever arm you decide, bring it up, and our thumb is going to be facing the sky, okay? So we're going to have nice flat hands, and our thumb is going to be on top of our hand, and it's going to be facing the sky, okay? So our thumb up, and once our hand comes right above us, we're actually going to rotate our wrist so our thumbs are facing each other and our pinkies are facing behind us, okay? So we're going to bring our hand up, thumb up to the sky. Then once we get our hand above us, we're going to rotate our wrist, have our thumb facing forward and pinky facing behind us, and bring that arm all the way behind us, just like that, okay guys? Now let's try it with the other arm. We're going to bring our thumb up, facing the sky, our arm is right above us. We're going to rotate our wrist so that our thumb is facing forward, pinky facing behind us, and bring it right back behind us down to our side, okay? So when we do backstroke, it's super important to remember that we don't want our arms going wide out past our bodies. We want to try to keep them close to our ears, got it? Like we're putting something in our pockets and then brushing our hair and putting something back in our pocket, okay? So putting something in our pocket, brushing our hair, putting something back in our pocket. Sound good? That's our brushstroke. So you can pause this video and practice your full backstroke. This is our backstroke. You can pause this video and practice your full backstroke arm rotation. All right, now we're on to the breaststroke. Breaststroke is my personal favorite. I could spend a long time just doing breaststroke in the pool. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down this breaststroke. Breaststroke is pretty fun. You got to remember to keep your arms close to you. So your little chicken wings, your little shoulders are going to stay close to your sides, okay, during this. Because the closer your arms are to your body during breaststroke, the faster you're going to go because the less water you have to push past. If you push your arms super, super wide, that's going to cause you to have to get more water out of your way to bring yourself upwards and forwards. So nice, small strokes when we do breaststroke. So breaststroke, we're going to do first. So similar to the freestyle, we're going to put our arms out in front and we're going to look like little railroad tracks, okay guys? But for breaststroke, we're going to move our arms at the same time. So both arms are going to be doing the same motion at the same time. So we're going to get our railroad tracks. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn our palms out, facing away from us, like we're going to push something away from us. So turn our palms out, and we're going to scoop in towards our chest. And we're going to make pretend we have a bowl right at our chest line, okay? So arms out straight. We're going to pull in and scoop right out to our chest. That's the pull. And then we're going to push out. We're going to turn those bowls upside down and push out, okay? Forward. So pull in and push out. Pull in and push out. So we're going to pull in, hold that bowl, and push out right in front of us. I'll show you on my side as well. So we're going to pull in to our chest, keep those arms nice and tight. We're going to push out right in front of us. We're going to pull in nice and tight, push out right in front of us. And that's your breaststroke arms. And in the breaststroke breath, if you'd like to know, we're going to take the breaststroke breath as we pull into our chest. So when we do our breaststroke, we lift our bodies up actually by pulling into our chest, and we push back down the water when we push our arms back out in front of us, so we get those railroad tracks back. So pull in and breathe, push out and exhale. Got it? Pull in and breathe, push out and exhale. And that's the breaststroke. So for our last stroke, can anyone guess what our last stroke is? If you said a butterfly, it is our butterfly. Good job, guys. So butterfly, just like the breaststroke, our arms are moving at the same time. And butterfly, you need a lot of power behind your kicks and your arms to move you forward in the water proficiently. So, in the butterfly, we are going to start with our arms out in front again, just like our little railroad tracks, like freestyle and breaststroke. So what we're going to do, I'm going to have to stand on my tippy toes for this. So what we're going to do, we're going to put our arms out in front, and we're going to push our arms down to our sides, like we're going to brush past our hips. And you want a little bend in your elbow. You don't want your arms to be pinned straight. You want a little bit of an angle in your arm. So we're going to push down to our shoulders, bring our arms slightly behind us, turn our hands out, and then we're going to drag across the surface of the water and push back down, okay? So I'm going to show you that again because it's pretty tricky. Railroad tracks. Everyone, let me see your railroad tracks. All right, now we're going to push down to our sides with our palms facing behind us. Push down to our sides at our hips. We're going to bring our arms slightly behind us, and we're going to drag our hands all the way around the water and push back down. So in the butterfly, when we take a breath, is actually when we start to push our arms down to our sides. And in the butterfly, we breathe every 2 strokes. So it would be stroke, no breath, stroke, and breathe. Got it? Stroke, no breath, stroke, and breathe. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our railroad tracks again. We're going to push down to our sides, up and around, slightly behind us, and then drag our arms around and push back down. And that's the butterfly. So I hope everyone had fun with me today, learning about the Paralympic sports classifications, learning the breath and stroke of freestyle, backstroke, butterfly, and breaststroke. I hope everyone has a great rest of their time at Kappa. Bye!